Hello, all my Cancers. Welcome to your timeless love reading. The intentions of this reading is going to be bringing information about your love adventure over the next 1 to 3 months. It's a general reading, so it's going to vary by individual, of course. So you'll know, that time frame intuitively, or it'll just unfold as it will, and you'll just go with the flow and experience it, right? Before I jump in, I always love just to start my readings off by greeting the Creator. We're so very grateful for your presence and that you're wanting to spend time with us every second of our lives, and that in that presence you love us unconditionally. We're so grateful for that unconditional love. So we welcome you and we thank you. And we also welcome our host of amazing, magical beings of unconditional love and light that also want to help bring through messages. We welcome you and thank you for being here with us as well. All right, what we're going to start off with is I'm going to ask the Creator, what would they like you to know about the pain of your past regarding self-love and love? And the reason why we're asking that, the Creator, showed me that we, to the extent that we love ourselves, is the extent that we can give love to others in the external world. Also, by the extent of how much we love ourselves, we can receive the love from the external world. So when we look at the kind of the pipeline, we can look at, what are any clogs in there and invite it to come out of there and sit outside of that pipeline. We don't really dissolve anything in our lives. The energy stays with us. We, transform it. It's like fears. We don't really destroy them. We just move them out and understand them, and they stop impacting our flow of love, if that makes sense. So what we're going to ask the Creator through these archetype cards for Carolyn Miss, we're going to start off with that and just ask the Creator what they would like you to know, all my Cancers, about the pain of your past. And this may not be like the huge block, because you might have already been dealing with a lot of that stuff in your life, but this is what the Creator wants you to know at this time in your journey for your love adventure, next 1 to 3 months. All right, Creator, what do you want Cancers to know about their pain in the past? Okay, that one is calling your name. Oh no, exorcist, yeah! And we're going to read the shadow attribute of the card, because that's what's shadowing over your self-love. And it's fear of facing your own demons. So I really feel, our whole life is about going along with what we're taught until it becomes so uncomfortable not being ourselves that we, face our demons. But what I feel with this is, the pain that is caused isn't about you not wanting to look at your own demons. It was other people that pointed out the supposed demons. So, they were always pointing and judging and accusing you. It's almost like I have like this, flash of, the old pilgrimage times, and they're going, witch, even though they're just falsely accusing people to get things their way or to cause trouble in your life so they feel better about their lives. You know what I mean? So I really feel like this is more of an accuser saying that you need to be exorcised. There's so much evil in you and so much that you don't do right. You need to have, this intervention of like an exorcism, and, not in a literal sense. Although it's a general reading, so sometimes people might have, actually said that too, depending on their own fears, right? So, that is probably identifying, individual or individuals in your life. We're also going to use these little love oracle cards to get additional information on the pain that the Creator would like you to be aware of for this little part of your love adventure. Right? We're always on our love adventure. This whole life is about a love adventure, understanding unconditional love versus conditional love. All right, Creator, what else do you want Cancers to know about the pain of their past, please? Okay. Okay, there we go. That one and that one. Okay. So this one that popped out is the mask. So not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude, gaslighting. So, definitely there was individuals that were wearing masks of, that they were this good old happy person, but they were really sad and scared. And, so they were wearing this mask. And, oftentimes like you felt backstabbed. Some of these individuals were those that would show you one face and act like their friend, but talk about you behind your back to your other mutual friends, right? And you'd be like, wow. And they would even talk to you about their other friends. And you would be like, I wonder what you say about me to others. And then you found out later, oh, yeah, they did. And this also has to do with the mask that you learned to wear because of all that pain that was caused by them constantly pointing out, quote, faults that they were seeing in you, just because you weren't living up to who they wanted you to be. You started to learn to put on this mask because you feared that people would start believing what they would say, because some people did, because that was their fear, and they just went along to get along. And even though, it was untrue things, it was this person's little game they were playing, and they were very good at manipulation, so they were really good at drawing people in, to the point where you did put up this wall of these masks and to pretend. And then you got self-indulgence, focus on self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. So I love this. This doesn't talk about that person. This is about what we're going to be talking about here in a moment too, of where this energy is taking you. In fact, what the Spirit is telling me is that you actually have done a lot of this, this pain in the past. You've dealt a lot with it. You focused on yourself. You focused on your self-worth. You've been taking time to heal. You've been doing your shadow work. You're appreciating yourself more. Because I really feel that this person for most of you is no longer in your life. It just became too much, and they got busted in so much in their lies and the games they were playing that they kind of got bumped either out of the group or you bumped them out of your life and just you left the group, So I love this for you. Because you've been doing the work, you've been doing that, and there's going to be this next step that's going to be coming with all of that. Yep, girl talk. So it's time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. So I really feel, this is like majority of you left that situation, and that it was volatile, even with the entire group. You realized, who your true friends were, and who were just fickle, that didn't come to you and say, hey, I just want to let you know this person's saying something about you, and is that even true? And you'd be like, no, and then they believe you. You weeded out those individuals, and a lot of them you realized, you're like, well, nope, you know what, I'm almost glad this happened, right? You found out who your true friends were and who you weren't, and you have been forming your own new selective group, not so big, because of this shadow work you've been doing. You realize you don't need to please this large crowd. You actually just want people who just share themselves. You don't have to worry about getting their approval. and all that. It's just a group of people hanging together that appreciate who each other are, like very little expectations in this new group that you came around. So I love that for you, because it's really, of course, being a Cancer, you're a water sign. So of course you've really have swam in your emotions and understand your emotions. You're not afraid of emotions. So I'm not surprised you've done so much work already on this area here. But what we're going to move into next is to find out what the Creator wants you to know about your current energy regarding your self-love and love. And we're going to use this Oracle of the 7 Energies from Colette Baron Reed. And let's see what else, well, not what else, but what the Creator wants you to know about your current energies. One more time. All right, Creator, what do you want Cancers to know about their current energy, please? Okay. A powerful move. And I love that number 15 there. And there's the Queen. I just binge watched The Queen's Gambit. I loved it. It was just really entertaining, but I love that, there's a key in your new world, and you're unlocking a whole new world. And I love, how this is where this is headed. All this work you've done, all this, like I mentioned, the shadow work is bringing you into this new place. And 5 + 1 is 6, and 6 has to do with like the parental, usually mother, father. And so if that is significant for some of you, that this had to do with a parent, then just know that, there's going to be a powerful transformation in your relationship, or your approach to your relationship with them. And also that is like the Lover's card in the major arcana of the tarot. And for me, that is like the mother god and father god. So this is really also a message for many of you about moving to a new level of your relationship with, your Creator, your God, whoever is your higher power. And let me read for additional messages here from the book. And so the energy of this card is about action, movement with purpose, effort, putting into motion your intention, making choices from an empowered and thoughtful place, positive change. It says the time for rest is over. Change is in the air. This is a powerful time when deliberate action is needed to move your intentions out of the realm of thought and into the material, from ideas into action. How do you approach your relationship to the invisible world as it influences the visible? Do you see the relationship? Do you recognize yourself as a unique, whole, and worthy being who has a special place in the world, whose offerings are valuable, and whose life has meaning? You are a mighty co-creator, so step into that power and see your intentions manifest in the world. Real positive change is possible when you make choices from an authentic sense of self and take a conscious step toward your dreams. To take steps towards your intended experience, start first with the way you think. Let curiosity be the focus now, and display a willingness to discover new things instead of confirming your past expectations. Be open, be clear about your motives and desires, and set your intention. Then step into the magic just waiting for you to claim it. Traveling, moving, flowing, flying, whatever describes the changes in your life, know that these are called for now. Act with thoughtfulness and awareness, and remember to be true to yourself. What is called for now is doing the thing that needs to be done. All will be better than well. What an exciting time indeed. I love that. So, this talks about movement, taking action. So, a lot of this shadow work you've been doing and you've been taking these steps. And I kind of feel like for about half of you have really, you just couldn't take it anymore, and you've taken those steps and you've really cleared out those other, those groups, and have purged friends and changed situations. And about the other half of you have looked at, you've been taking the steps toward it, or making the plans, getting comfortable with it, doing your internal work, and now it's about to move outward into your external world. We'll also get some confirmation on this through these little everyday tarot deck here. I love this little deck. And we'll see what else the Creator wants you to know about that current energy. It's time to move it. That song is in my head. All right, Creator, what else do you want Cancers to know about their current energy, please? That one. There's more coming. Okay, yep. And then what else? Okay. All right, so we're gonna go this way. So you've got the Devil card, which is so hilarious that we have the Exorcist card here, right? And some people are like, this means addictions and all this kind of stuff. But the message that I've been getting on this lately from Spirit is that this is the phase of life. Like the major arcana has like 3, if you split it into like 1 to 7, 8 to 15, and then 16, or where there's 7 cards each, and the full card is extra. You have like the first row of the major arcana is about this transition in life where you learn to deal with your ego, and you realize that you have your ego, and you are flowing with it, and you have the realizations about it. And then the second row is when you discover, I have this, that was the character, but now there's this actor behind the character, this higher being that I am, of powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. And you learn about your spiritual side, and then you move into the third. And most of the earth does 1 and 2, and a smaller portion goes into the third, which is about becoming aware of the whole spirit world and its influence and impact, throughout all of this physical plane. And the Devil is the first card of the third row. And what it does is it brings to you those things that are clogging your unconditional love. It's those things of, it brings to your face those things that are holding you back. And you can always tell that in all these characters, in the kind of standard tarots, the chain around their necks is loose. And so they're really, it's a big message of us that we're not chained, we're not truly chained, we're self-chained, by our beliefs, that first row of our ego and our conditions, all that human experience. But as we learn about our spiritual side, then we come to this balanced understanding that there's this ebb and flow in life, but then we can choose to move higher into spirituality, and the impact of those things, those human things, can be less and less. And I love that the 8 of Cups is here too. See, they're leaving this behind. There's this Light Seers tarot I use has a wonderful image of this, where there's like 1 cup, and they're walking away into the sunshine, and there's like fire burning in the cup, and it's about kind of having a ceremony of burning and letting the old things go that are no longer serving you. And I love the imagery, because that's what this is. The cups are the emotions. You're a water sign, so that's, what this is about. And it's about all these full cups that are here, we're not fulfilling, and you're leaving them behind. because they aren't fulfilling, and you're moving into a new adventure, into a new world. So this is so perfect. And then, of course, you have the strength card. So, you've got, this is our animal nature, and this is our higher self. And then the infinity symbol in here is about the ebb and flow of all this. And this is actually the beginning of the second row. So this is showing you that, yes, you've learned how to calm the beast within you with your higher self, and you have this balance going on, and that is all part of this journey that you're going through here. And then finally, you have the Seven of Swords. And so swords are all about your thoughts and beliefs. And a lot of times people have this as the thief and those types of things. But I really feel it's like, what are you stealing from yourself? And when this happens, it really brings, again, this Light Seers Tarot I love it because the Seven of Swords has the swords represented as crows, and there's this crow right at the front of the card, and it's like in your face, and that's what I feel this journey is what's standing in between, this thing here is being brought to your face. And you have always, like I said, Cancer's your water sign. You used to dealing with your emotions, so you usually don't run and hide from emotions at this point in your life, but this one is just really making itself known, and you've been recognizing the pattern, or you will recognize the pattern in the next 1 to 3 months. You're just going to go, oh, hi, there you are again, come have a seat, but you have the strength to balance that. You're actually going to feel very comfortable. It's just going to feel so ugly not moving forward, that you don't have any fear about what you're leaving behind. Like if it's individuals cutting out of your life over this next 1 to 3 months, if it's someone that you're like, oh, I can't let them go out of my life, I'll just spend less time with them, or I'll just, I'll put up with it. It's going to become so obvious to you that it's just like, what? I'm okay letting them go, All right, I love that message there. Next, what we're going to look at to find out what the Creator wants you to know about your choices that are coming up in the next 1 to 3 months. And I'm going to use the Path of the Soul Destiny cards. These are by Cheryl Lee Harnish. Creator, what would you like Cancers to know about their choices coming up in the next 1 to 3 months, please? All right, and you got the number 2 there. And I love the fractal imaging of these cards. I actually noticed this earlier. I was like, this almost feels like trying to fit a round peg into a square hole. I know that's not what the card means, but that is what jumped out to me. So I was like, okay, let me just share that with you, because that kind of is how this feels, right? You feel like with this old group, you feel like you're round and they're square, and you're trying to, fit in with them, and it's just not working out. The name of this card is Encoded, Encoded, Encoded. Where others see nothing, you see the deeper meaning or message hidden within. Your guides are working to communicate with you as your intuition and inner knowing expands. Be mindful of all that you are experiencing in each moment. Be aware of animal messengers, cloud formations, colors, conversations of others, and anything else that catches your attention. You are taking the next step up in awareness and connection to the unseen worlds. So that is so perfect. So the choices that are going to be coming up, the big choice is, are you going to stay where you were? Or are you going to leave the stuff behind and expand and move to that higher place? Like I talked about, row 1, row 2, you've accomplished those. Are you going to move up to row 3, which is where you get that higher perspective? We're also going to clarify this card through the Light Seers Tarot I've been talking about, and we'll see what else the Creator would like you to know. All right, Creator, what else do you want Cancers to know about the choices that are coming up in the next 1 to 3 months? Okay, any others? Okay, last pass. All right, that's it for this one here. Yep, you got the 9 of Pentacles. So I love this for this message here, because the Pentacles is all about the external, and what's coming in. So it's all your interactions with the external world, your jobs, your money. Usually cups are relationships, but it has to do with the fruitfulness of everything that you're doing. And this is saying that, yes, things are going to be fruitful. And if you don't know what choice to make, like, what do I know what's ripe to pull and what's not? I love this deck because it shows this bird here. This white bird, which is your messengers, which this one, this card talked about. So if you are unsure, then you just ask. You connect to your higher support system out there. You've got the Creator, you've got Spirit, your angels, your guardian angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones on the other side, your ancestors. You have this just huge host of beings of unconditional love and light that are there to help with your journey in any way they can. They're constantly giving you their love. And there's all these things you wanted to happen before you came down here that they are working out in your life already. But while you're here, they won't mess with your free will. So you can still ask them each day to come into your life and meddle. I try to do that every day and ask as soon as I remember, Creator, all my, support posse that's out there, come into my life, do what you need to do. I give you permission to, bring me what's for my highest experience, for my highest love vibration. And then they just go at it, and they just bring such wonderful things in for your life. So don't be afraid to ask. You are worthy. And if you have any questions, just ask. You'll be just amazed how all that unfolds. And then lastly, we talked about your current energies here. We'll pull a card here to find out what the Creator wants you to know about your future energies that will be toward the end of your 1 to 3 month period for this love adventure. All right, Creator, what would you like Cancers to know about their future energy, please? And this is the Journey of Love Oracle, in case you were wondering that. It's a beautiful card there, and it's the Pearl Threaded, card number 38. And let me get the message here for you. So the Pearl Threaded, it says, though we labor through the illusion of individuality and have to face our inner challenges in solitude, our spiritual transformation is not an independent event, nor is it for our victory alone as we approach the enlightened way of all-embracing love. Each human being is a pearl on the Divine Mother's garland, gradually assuming luster and revealing beauty, worth, and radiance over many lifetimes. Together, we're creating a precious offering in return for her gift of life. We can learn to draw on the collective effort to allow our journey to become integrated into the journey of the group without being weighed down, and instead to be lifted up. Kind of like I talk about this group here, right? A group where you don't feel weighed down, instead lifted up. To do this, we honor the thread that connects each of us as one divine being. Just like the various fingers that belong to one hand, then we honor the pearl essence of our divine nature, that we are capable of growth and transformation, becoming divine beauty. This oracle brings you a message. You are to shift your perspective to allow all groups that you are involved in to become a source of energetic lifting rather than depletion. Wow. We're totally talking about groups here, right? So if a group you're involved in cannot do this for you, then you may not be in vibrational resonance, and it may be time to seek a group that is more energetically supportive of your vibration. Trust your feelings and don't be scared to open up and allow yourself to connect with others. That way you can truly know if a group or gathering is for you, or if you need to move on. Oh my God. But do trust that you are not alone on your journey, and the soul connections that will nourish you will draw you to them like strands of a pearl on the Divine Mother's necklace. Wow. You can't make this up. That is just so perfect. Find the group that meets your vibration, move into that. So I love it. And then lastly, just to see if there's any other messages for this card, I'm going to pull from the Light Source Tarot as well. We'll see if there's any. Well, there will be additional messages, or it could be validation or confirmation. Trying to shuffle without destroying everything here. There we go. All right, Creator, what else do you want Cancers to know about their future energy? Okay. Yep, I love it. Queen of Pentacles. So, this is Mother Nature, Mother Nurturer. She's at peace with the outside world. She's gone through the Ace of Pentacles all the way up through the Jack, and the Queen is all about feeling that contentment, feeling the outside world. It's not like, the Queen of Cups, which is all about the emotions, but it's about being, has the emotion because of the feminine energy that comes in with, the outside world here. So you feel nurtured. So that energy that you're coming up with, you're taking care of yourself. Like it talked about here, about time to heal, self-appreciation, self-worth. This is all about self-care and self-nurturing. So, the energies that you work through and come, to full, full clockwise around here, is that once at the end of this 1 to 3 months, as you do this adventure here, you're gonna feel totally differently. Like here, if someone said you're selfish, you'd be like, no, I'm not a selfish person, because there's such a negative context to it. But as you move through here and you understand the importance of your own self-love and your own self-care, when you get to here, people go, you're selfish, and you go, I sure am. Because the greatest gift I can give the world is a healthy me, a healthy, full me, not a resentful, a resentful, lacking, wore out, exhausted me, trying to please these people. You've found this group, and you're allowing yourself to go into this where you feel supported and nurtured, So I love this for you. What a great message here for all my Cancers for this little timeless love reading. And just know as you go through this, every second, you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And I love you too. We'll talk to you soon. You take care.